Welcome back, you guys. I'm Uni FC. This is Blue Lions TV, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, and Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. And today we're here to give you guys our combined 11 for the upcoming FA Cup final game on Saturday against Arsenal. Robbie, man, what's good? How you doing, man? Are you excited for Saturday?
I am. I'm just gutted that we can't be there. Wembley. The weather's going to be beautiful as well.
Yeah.
The place would have been teeming with fans. We're still on AFTV. We're still doing something near Wembley at the Box Park, which is on Wembley Way.
Yeah.
It's still not the same. It's not the same as being there with all the fans. I'm really going to miss that. But it is what it is. We all know why, so there's not a lot we can do at the moment.
Exactly. And you know what? If you're going to be on Box Park or Wembley, if you want to get lunch afterwards, there's this place called Bill's Burgers. I got it last week.
Okay.
Bill's Burgers, one of the best burger places in London, easily. I had it. I was like,
okay.
So you got something special this weekend, man. But today,
hopefully you'll be going there to get my celebration burger.
Yeah, let's see. Let's not get too excited. Let's see what happens. But I think to kick things off, you guys, we're going to be talking about our combined 11 for that game. I know it's some content that you guys love, and let's waste no more time. Let's get straight into things. We'll start with the formation. I'm guessing 4-3-3 or for Arsenal 3-4-3.
Arsenal would be 3-4-3, but sometimes for these purposes, probably 4-3-3
is the easiest one to do. So,
yeah. It makes it easiher, doesn't it?
Exactly. And I think it gets even easier because if we start with the goalkeeper, Kepa or Leno, I think it's quite obvious.
Hold on a minute. We've got two brilliant goalkeepers. That's the thing that we've discovered since the lockdown. Leno's back in training, but I don't think he'll be fit for the game. But Martinez, there's a big debate at the moment at Arsenal. Does Leno even get his place back? Because this guy Martinez has been absolutely brilliant. He has. I think he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. So I put him in goal right now. Definitely over Kepa's been having a terrible time.
Terrible. Like, imagine Kepa's so bad that we're debating between both your goalkeepers. Like, he's not even in the equation. He's not even getting spoken about.
The debate is strictly, I think, in this position between our two keepers. And on current form, you've got to go Martinez. He has really been exceptional. And it's a really funny thing, this guy's been at Arsenal for 10 years. And he's never had a chance. Never had a chance. I think he was out on loan at Reading last season or something. But he come in, Leno got injured after the lockdown, and we was all like, because Leno's been one of our best players this season, we were all like, oh my God, what now? And then Martinez has come in, and to be fair, even when he played in the Europa League this season, he's been solid. But he, playing week in, week out in the Premier League, he's been one of our best players. So definitely Martinez in goal for me.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but that's, I'm going to take your word for that, of course. I think,
if you put Kepa in goal, he's never going to want to come out either. He want to start, man, to come off the
I feel sorry for Kepa. I hear that he is like a nice guy behind the scenes. But I just think that right now, the pressure's too high. He can't really handle it, and maybe it is time for him to move on. But I think we'll move on now. Stop the back four, right back. I think it's between Bellerin or Reece James, right? For me, I think Reece James has to be in this team. I think this season he's transformed our right-hand side completely. We were so poor down the right-hand side, but how can this guy in his first season stepping up playing for us absolutely transform how we play down our sides? I think he's going to be one of the best right-backs in Europe. He's got a big potential.
Europe?
I think so, Reece James. Like them certain characters that already at 20 years old, he's so confident.
I have to admit, I really rate him. He's strong, he's quick. I think his crossing could be a bit better though, from what I've seen of him. But
good.
But Bellerin as well has had a very mixed season. A lot of that's because he's, he had a horrible ACL injury, and he's been still tentatively coming back from that. He's been all right in the past few games though. But I'd agree with you on the Reece James one.
Okay, that's cool. So we got, of course, Martinez, Reece James, the centre backs too. This is going to be hard. I think one player that has to be here is Kurt Zouma. He doesn't get enough respect, but for me, he's our most solid defender by a country mile. And I think I can't remember one striker skinning him since maybe Rashford, maybe at the start of the season. That's how good he's been.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? We'd have a lot of talk in this area. Although there could be an argument for David Luiz. You know, it's really a weird one, right? Because he makes howlers, but then he can have great games as well. I just think that this guy is a talented guy, but he's just got too many errors in him.
Yeah.
If he didn't have and Mustafi, you know what I mean? Mustafi's out injured, but it's the same thing with Mustafi. He's not as talented as David Luiz, but he can have a game where he's so good, and then the next game he's so bad.
Yeah, I think Luiz has always been very like temperamental. You know, if he's like feeling on point and he's happy, you're going to see him at his best. But I think one thing with Luiz, even if he does make a mistake or howl or whatever, I feel like just due to how good he is on the ball, that just helps the team out. That just helps the team out like that. Yeah,
he's excellent. So we put Luiz. I'd go Luiz and
Zuma and Luiz. I'd probably go for that partnership as well. So we're on the same path. Yeah.
You guys that rate Rudiger? I used to think he's a good.
You know what?
A bit rash as well.
It's funny because it's like, for me, if people don't like Luiz, and you can't like Rudiger, because Rudiger's positioning has never been as strong.
Yeah.
Aerially too, he is not dominating aerially as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes his passing ain't as crisp as Luiz's. So
Luiz is when he's on point, he's good aerially as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I think Luiz on his best, you know you're going to get something amazing. So I think Zuma, Luiz is good, and I think left back. I think there's only one name at left back, right?
Yeah, Kieran Tierney.
Oh, Tierney. Yeah, I think Tierney. I was going to have Saka, but I think Tierney, I think that's a good shout too. I don't think any of our left backs here in this team.
I mean, had this guy not been injured for most of the season, I think he'd be one of the standout players this season. He's really talented guy.
So what's that really impressed you about Tierney? Yeah.
Sorry?
What's that really impressed you about Tierney? Like, what's got you so
It's
like
all-round game. Very strong defensively. He gets up and down the pitch and got a great cross on him as well. So he's good. It's just that he's been hampered by injuries this season.
Yeah.
But I think if he stays fit next season, you're going to be hearing a lot about this guy as one of the top players. He's young as well.
Yeah, like 21, 22.
Yeah. So, well, who was you thinking? Who on your left side?
I was going to have Saka, but I wasn't going to have Alonso or Emerson there. They had, I don't know, like Alonso, he's the guy that will get you a goal every now and then. But I think his overall level,
Alonso.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Alonso's never impressed me as much. Emerson, I've been disappointed in him. I feel like he's worked under 3 different managers and he's still not a consistent first team player. I don't know what's up with him, to be fair. So that's what we got.
Yeah, those names you give me is definitely Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, okay, that's nice. So I think we now move on to the midfield. Starting in the base, I think this is easy. It's got to be Kante. If you've got a defense with Luiz and Zuma, you need to have Kante in front of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I know you want to have Xhaka in midfield. I know you do.
Xhaka's improved a lot, and he's been one of our rock players since Arteta's come in. But you can't argue with Kante. I can't.
Yeah.
He might slip over though. That's the only thing, but. If his boots are all right, I'll have him in.
hey, hopefully Martinelli's not going to play, so hey, we're going to be good.
Martinelli's out in.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, cool. We've got that sorted. The other 2 positions in midfield. I'm going to let you start with yours. So who would you fill that midfield up with?
I'll be honest, right? I'll give you another player. I like that Kovacic you've got. I think he's a very good player. I don't know what you think, but I like him.
Top player.
I like him. He's a good player. I think he's underrated as well. For us as well, Danny Ceballos has been playing very well since again he started his very well at Arsenal and then he got injured. But then since the lockdown he's come back, he's been very, very good. So I'd put Danny Ceballos in there alongside maybe Kovacic and Kante.
Yeah, I think okay, that's interesting. I think definitely Kov has to be in this team. I'd love to have Ruben, but I can't have him because he hasn't really played this season. He's not fully fit. So maybe that's the one for next season. But I think I'd have to have Mason Mount in there. I think, again, he's another guy whose form since the restart's been very good. He's got that goal threat too. Works really hard, and he's been quite consistent throughout the season. So I think, if you consider that main weakness with Arsenal is probably your midfield, can you really have any midfield players in this team?
Okay, yeah. I would have liked to have got Ceballos in there, but yeah, Mount has had a good season. If I'm being fair, Mount has to be. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to the attack now, this is where things do get interesting.
Yeah,
I think for me, one player guaranteed for this combined 11 has to be Pulisic. I just think he just has to be in this team. And I probably have, yeah.
Where's he playing?
Now I know obviously where Aubameyang plays, but I'm gonna have him down the left, Ober up front, and maybe I'm gonna have probably Willian on the right hand side. I think Willian's been one of the most underrated players this season. I think sometimes us fans here, we always focus on what players can't do instead of what they can do. Like Willian's never been a goal scorer. He's not. If he was a goal scorer, he'd be inside the books all the time. But how can Willian take shots on goal when he has a right foot on the right hand side? Unless he masters outside of the boot shots, which no player does. You know what I mean? So that would be I'd have Aubameyang up front.
So you're kind of shoehorning in Pulisic, really. Right? Now, I'm sorry,
Robbie, if you saw Pulisic this restart, honestly, this kid has impressed me.
Yeah, but he's not been better than Aubameyang on that left-hand side, right?
But would you not move Aubameyang up front?
And last season, huh?
Would you not move like Aubameyang up front to
accommodate? I mean, you're shoehorning in man, aren't you? You're just shoehorning in man. I'm saying to you, I'd go Aubameyang, Lacazette down the middle, and Pepe on the right. They're our front three.
You know what? If we're gonna do it like that, then I'd probably have Aubameyang, Lacazette. Aubameyang, Lacazette.
You know what I would think? I'd be more Aubameyang, Giroud, Pepe.
I would have Giroud, but I feel like, do we have to consider like their overall season or just like the form they're in right now? How do we make this like really fair? Because a part of me, I feel like if we're based on what you're saying, keeping players to their actual positions, it could be Oba, could be Lacazette, could be Willian. There's no one down. I think Willian on the right hand side has been better than Pepe this season.
Lacazette, even with the Giroud thing, Lacazette as well. This year he's been good. He started off last year, he wasn't very good. He was a player of the season the previous season. Mm-hmm. He started off this season not very well, but since Christmas, since the new year, he played well, and he scored some big goals, man, in big games.
Yeah.
So
you know what? Maybe let's say even Giroud has a very he could get in this team very easily. I think maybe Oba, Lacazette, maybe I might have to force Pulisic down the right hand sides.
Seeing as I'm on your channel, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give Pulisic, Aubameyang down the middle, Pepe on the right.
I was going to have Pulisic down the right just to have him in this team because he has been, especially this restart, probably our best player. I just think that for this kid here, coming from Germany, Premier League, he's adapted, he's learned really quickly. The hunger. I've been hearing about how he's been working on his shooting. You're seeing it come out in fruition. His games against Man City, that run against Liverpool too, where he almost single-handedly brought us back into that game. He's really found a new level now.
But we skinned up Liverpool when we beat Liverpool. Right, and I remember even earlier on in the season, the first person to, Van Dijk had this record. No one's beating him in a take-on. First person to sit him down, Pepe.
I think I remember that. Was that even one of the maddest moments? Though that was just he just about did it, right? If you saw Pulisic's run against Liverpool, he skinned 3-4 of these players and then put in an inch perfect pass to Giroud, to Tammy, who put in the back of the net. I feel like just based on how he stepped up his whole game, based on the potential I can see in this kid, maybe I guess
potential in Pepe too.
Yeah, but I think Pulisic, I don't know, Pepe, he's definitely grown. He's all these fans starting to talk negative about him. He's a flop. All that nonsense was too premature. Was not accurate. You know what I mean? But I just think Pulisic has, when you're acting like one of the key players for our team, then I think that says quite a lot, especially when we're fourth in the league table. You know what I mean? So I think maybe.
But he's a key player for your team, not mine.
Yeah, but your team's behind us.
But our attack, we got a good attack. That's one thing, is the defense has let us down.
How many goals has
midfield could be better?
Yeah, but how many goals has Pepe scored this season?
Pepe, what in overall?
Overall.
Let me see. How many goals has Pulisic scored?
I swear it's between 9 to 11 in all comments, but he has been injured throughout the season too, which is, if he was fully fit this season.
Pepe hasn't always played.
I know he's scored a few bangers. I know in the Europa League.
Early on in the season under the great Unai Emery for some reason wasn't playing.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like a lot of Pepe's good moments did come to in the Europa League. I remember the goals against Vitória Guimarães and all those types of games too. Like Pulisic's doing it in the Premier League. He's not doing it in like in tournaments like that. So I do think right inside, Robbie, to keep things fair, we got to have Pulisic there. If we got Lacazette and Aubameyang, I think that's fair.
Wait a minute, how many goals has he scored? In the Premier League, he scored 5.
Pulisic's got more than that, so I think that's a winner. You know what I mean?
How many assists has he had? I think he's had 7 assists.
I'm going to go on the One Football app, shameless plug. I'm going to find out very quickly what the stats actually say.
Yeah, 5 goals, 7 assists. This is just the Premier League. 7 assists. And he hasn't always started. I mean, as I said earlier on, you know, for some reason, for some obscure reason, he wasn't getting played by
I guess it's different.
Emery.
Yeah. I mean, Unai, you know what? Unai Emery he's just a different video for another time, to be honest. But I think you guys definitely had to obviously get rid of him. Like, it was obvious that he was going to fumble it, to be fair. But I think Pulisic's stats, I'm getting it's loading up right now. I don't know. I just think that he's been so impressive. He's got even better too. What's his stats even saying?
Pulisic, 9 goals. Is that 9 goals?
Yeah, yes, that's it, is it? 9 goals.
9 goals,
4
6
assists. That's what 6 assists in all comps. I guess in the Premier League, 4 assists, 9 goals. I think we've got to base it on performing the Premier League.
Oh no, wait a minute. In the Premier League, 4 assists.
Yeah, no, 4 assists. 4 assists in the Prem, 9 goals in the League too. So I think compared to Pepe, you know, when you're like being one of the key players in this team, it has to be Pulisic, and then I'll give you Lacazette.
You're still shoehorning him in.
I have to.
How many times has he played out on the right?
Hey, to be fair, he has played on the right a few times. He's played number 10 a few times too, and he has played on the left. Like, we're a team that uses players in different positions and formations and stuff. So,
all right, I'll give you Pulisic. I'll give you.
Okay. All right, cool.
You keep begging for him. Yeah.
But you guys, as you can see on screen, that is our combined 11. Our best players, Arsenal's best players. This is the results you do get. That's going to be a wrap up for today's video. Robbie, man, thank you so much for sparing some time. It's always good talking football and all things in general with you, man. I learned so much. And you guys, of course, there's going to be a lot of big match day content coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. Thank you for watching. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you, man, later with some more videos.